Hello everyone and welcome to CRC's final ever practice session here in Abu Dhabi. We are here ready for the final practice of the final CRC race weekend. Which is about to get underway any moment. And yesterday we saw an interesting practice too. Chantal Hawk setting the fastest time. I know she was on soft tyres, but even if she was on soft tyres and Essie was on the mediums, to be 0.5 of a second faster is quite a gap to have, especially over that all-conquering Inessa Roca. So, Dork are showing strong pace this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see whether this is going to translate. So, of course, in this session we are going to see the qualifying sims for the qualifying session later on. Of course, spirits are high in the paddock because after yesterday we saw an absolutely thrilling CGP3 finale where Harry Herdman, out of nowhere in the championship fight, after problems for Chittock and Bacchini, who were the two main contenders, took the title in what was a fantastic race that we saw. But anyway, it is time for CRC Practice 3. Here in Abu Dhabi. We're underway for the final practice session. And first out on track, it is the Guindana of Jack Baldwin. So, Baldwin it is, who opens FP1. FP3. In the Guindana. So I want to say, it's so good to be back to streaming. Shame it's only for one race. No. That bollard is going to be pointless because it's always in every session it's been taken out in the first like 5 minutes. Not just that bollard, but many other bollards as well. Let's see what Jack Baldwin can do in the first of the quali sims. On the super soft tyre. Into the chicane goes Jack Baldwin. So, heads into turn 8. Down the second of the DRS zones. Into 11. Really using that curb. Now into the penultimate corner, now into the final corner goes Jack Baldwin. He crosses the line to just 37.5. The track's improved. That's actually the fastest time of the weekend so far. That just shows the advantage that the super soft tyre has. Oh, we've got a spin. That's the HWR. Trying to have a look, that was James Lane going for a spin. Hit by Bland. No rear wing on that car. Whilst both Dorks here struggling to get a clear run. Alex Moores is on a lap. And this is easily going to go faster than a 36.3. Wow. The difference between yesterday and today, we expect to be high, but not this high. But in this session, track temperatures have been artificially set to be the temperatures we're going to see in qualifying later on. So, it's really unexpected that we are seeing like 4-second improvements on yesterday. Is Wilesty going to be able to clear Bex Howie before turn 1 here? I don't think so. I think he's not going to get this lap. Actually, he might. And he's lost it. Wilesty spun it into the wall. Is he going to be able to recover? Or is he going to lose a luxury of a quali sim? He's getting going. So he does manage to recover. If he didn't recover, he could have lost the luxury of having a quali sim. And that would have had a massive effect on his weekend. As Chantal Hawk goes 5th, I'm presuming she got held up on earlier on that lap because we'd expect that she'd be faster. But hopefully she'll get a clear lap later so we can see how fast the Dork is. But it seems these tyres are capable of doing 2 laps before the drivers have to pit. for some drivers if they're lucky. Alex Moores has actually done a third lap on these super soft tyres. That's, you don't expect the super soft to be able to do 3 flying laps on the circuit. Having a look at the average lap time, O'Driscoll only did 1, Milner's done 2, but he's pitting, Coombs did 1, Hawke did 1, Woodward did 1, Buchan did 1, Baldwin did 1, Chandler did 1, and Carter did 2, so the majority, it's expected that the tyres should only manage 1 lap, but some can eke that tyre life out. Maybe the Anata Roca is very easy on its tyres. Here's Phoebe O'Connor. In the RTS. Heading up towards turn 8 into turn 9. Down the second of the 2 back straights. RTS showed good pace yesterday after the miserable season that they've had. But O'Connor, I think, has had a good season this year. Considering the car, she's actually typically been ahead of Louise Morrow. So I think she should be pleased with the season that she's had. Even despite the fact that the car is not the best RTS has had. I mean, O'Connor's season started off a bit rough, but she's constantly been the one that's been outperforming this car that seems to be controlling what is a handful of a car better than Morrow, and she goes 10th. And as I was saying, that backs up my point. It seems, because obviously Morrow is very experienced, but Phoebe O'Connor seems to have been able to handle what is an absolute handful of a car a lot better than Morrow has. Morrow seems to have really struggled to get used to the oversteery characteristics of this car. So no time from Walesa yet. And now going on to the F1 discussion for a moment, to say my opinion, I don't see, in terms of my predictions, firstly, when I heard Rosberg had retired, I thought, surely F1 Fanatic has been hacked when I saw it. And then it doesn't seem real. But now the speculation is who's going to replace him. I just don't see who else they can go for other than Verline. As Verline's on their junior program, as someone's saying in the FSR chat, Verline's on their junior program, And all the other drivers that they can pick are kind of locked in. For example, Alonso, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Bottas, and also whoever they picked would probably only be there for a year, considering they want to put Verline in. So I can't see anyone else other than Verline. Here comes Toby Jones. He goes into 4th. Side-by-side action between these two Baronassos. Don't want to run into each other in a practice. In their 2 years at teammates, they have had a few incidents together, Woodward and Buck, and a few altercations on track. But they're not like teammates that don't get along or anything. Of course, this weekend we're going to see the end of many illustrious careers in CRC. With the league ending, this basically means obviously everyone's going to be retiring from CRC. So they're waiting Walesi to come back out onto the circuit to be able to do a quali sim. So they're waiting Chantal Hawk to go out for a second run as well, because she got held up in the first sector of her first run. So here's Matt Coombs, who's on a second run. He's improving. In the Master Force. He's going to cross the line. And he actually goes faster, 36.2. Wow! That is an interesting one. That, if Hawk's time in a car that is usually close to Yanasa Roca is going to wake up Yanasa Roca, Coombs' time there in a car that Yanasa Roca should easily be ahead of, that is going to be a massive wake-up call to Yanasa Roca. Lucy Woodward goes up into 6th. That is going to be a massive wake-up call. Walesi has gone out onto the circuit. Dream crash. OBS crash of the session. So, here's Chantal Hawk. If Matt Coombs can do that, what can Chantal Hawk do? Dan Milner goes to the top on a 36.0. Wow, Master Force showing pace here. O'Driscoll has gone faster. We need to see what Chantal Hawk is capable of. Masterforce are really turning everything on its head. Into the final sector goes Chantal Hawk. She goes only 5th. She did have a bit of a twitch going into the chicane. Here's Woodessie on his first run. Let's see what he is capable of. I don't have live races running at the moment, so I can't see what lap time he's doing. Into the penultimate corner. Now into the final corner goes Woodessie. He is going to cross the line, and he goes second. That Masterforce have shown pace, and that was a clear lap from Woodessie. Wow! Yanasaroka and Dork are really going to be concerned by that. And this is not due to luck with traffic or anything. This is pure merit. This is fair and square. Here's Phoebe O'Connor. So, she's 3/10 down on her previous best. Not actually many cars out on the circuit at the moment. But an interesting practice 3 we are seeing right now. Let's see what Kerry-Ann Peace can do. John Tanner exiting the pits ahead. And that's obviously going to affect her lap. Toby Jones is on a good lap. And he goes to the top in a 36-0. Things get even more interesting. This track is improving, I think. in a really interesting FP2 that we are seeing. And I've had a... And my game's frozen. I don't want to have to use Task Manager. This is annoying. Gonna have to rejoin the session, which is very annoying. And obviously, whenever this happens, it always takes longer when it needs to take me quicker. But what an interesting practice 3 we are seeing right now. Coombs GP coming to the fore. And Masterforce as well. And leaving the likes of Yanataroka and Dork in their wake. So we need to look at Duran, who's just starting a lap, and this could be a crucial lap. With 4 minutes left of the session to go. Oh no, there's traffic for Duran. But she might be able to clear the traffic on the straight. The only thing about redoing is we can't have any personal best comparisons. But Duran's being held up. And he did have to back off there. Chantel Hawk's gone back out onto the circuit so we can see another time from her. And she did have a mistake on her first run. She did make a mistake on her second run, so we could see a faster time from her on this lap. Let's see what she can do. Alex Moore's on a lap. So now into turn 2 and 3. Flying through turn 3, now into the chicane. This is where she went wrong last time. That looked much better. can't see a sector time in comparison to her previous best. Because of the crash that happened just then on the stream. So we had to rejoin the session. It doesn't remember the times from before you rejoined. Or it does remember the lap times, but not the sector times. So let's see what the Dork Racing driver is capable of on this lap. She heads into the final corner with the drag to the line. She goes up into 5th. Alex Moores did not manage to improve. Wallessi's on a lap. Heads into the final corner. And he doesn't improve on a clear run. So this pace, I'm not sure what it is, because in the race pace, it was the usual Dork and Yataroka topping the timesheets. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just not as good on these tyres round here. So, checkered flag is out. Chantal was allowed to finish the lap, but there was no improvement. So, what an interesting FP3 that we just saw. So, Toby Jones has topped FP3 and a 36.033 ahead of Dan Milner and Will Esley. It's going to be interesting to see Ayana Roka and Dork sandbag, because we have seen a few times this year FP3, they look a little off, then qualifying, bam! But this could be interesting come qualifying in around an hour's time. Wow! That was an interesting practice. Obviously, it was the final ever practice session in CRC. That was interesting. So, we have qualifying coming up in just under an hour. At 3:30, we have the final ever qualifying session in CRC. And judging by that, it could be an interesting one. after that, I think we could be in for an interesting one. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later for qualifying. Goodbye.